You're already grinning. You're already grinning like you're gonna laugh or something. See, go ahead.
I don't know. What
Whoa. Gotta get you're still in the seat? Okay. Look at that. 8 people already in here. Come on. So, we got a lot of questions for you.
What's up, baseline people?
So, we got a lot of questions for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. You gotta wait for them.
I'm sure I can answer all the
Someone
questions.
called you gay already. Look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Gotta wait for a second. Someone, you gotta let it kind of, fa-fa, you know? No. Not a good thing to do. Okay. What's up? Daddy LeCarrier. Look, you can read the comments right here. You can read them. Get back to work. Okay, so.
I am working. Look.
So what you doing?
Video games. Fortnite.
How do you? Okay, look. So, what age did you start? To work?
23. Oh, what age did I start working?
Well, no. What did you start your company? What age?
23 years old.
How did you start your business?
I saved every penny I had. A broken pickup truck and a drunk and a sledgehammer.
A drunk?
Yeah, my first employee was a drunk.
Huh.
I had to pick him up, get him sober, and then go to work.
Okay.
No silver spoon.
Do you guys work year round? No.
No year-round work. It's too cold in Michigan.
Biggest job you've ever done?
Biggest job size? $13 million.
What? What job?
Palmer Woods.
When was that? I wasn't around for that. Holy shit. That's a big ass job. Where was your first job?
Small residential job?
Where was your first job?
It was a little porch.
Little porch?
Yeah. On the step for a relative. Aunt Teresa.
God
rest her soul.
Dog. What is he crying for over
I don't know.
there? So listen, you got I'm gonna kill that dog in a minute. Throw it off the deck. Let's see.
Just shoot it.
Look, so recently I was reading my log real quick. You can't read. What are you crying for?
I can't wear my glasses.
Oh. You gotta keep it entertaining.
Wait,
You're not even
when did you start your business? How'd you learn it? I started working with my uncle when I was in high school.
You gotta read the question. You gotta read the question aloud.
So the question is, when did I start? And
when did you start your business? How did you learn to do construction jobs? And how did the first 10 years look financially?
Okay, well, let me backtrack. Well, let me start. The first, I started working with my uncle right out of high school. Labor, just grunt work, stupid work. And in those days, nobody taught you anything. So I had to kind of steal and learn everything, how to bid jobs. I taught myself just by listening. Then I went and got my builder's exam. Then I worked for a bricklayer, carpenters. So I tried it all. And the first 10 years suck. It's the hardest financially. You're putting everything back and you're broke all the time.
Is being a business owner a lifestyle or a career path?
It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, I have to agree with
Forget
that.
the career.
Yep. Why did you decide to make your business an LLC instead of a corporation?
I'm a corporation.
Oh, you are a corporation.
Yes.
I thought you were an LLC. Okay.
Corporation, you want to be a subchapter S. Well, the laws change, so I don't know. You have to look how the laws affect everyone differently. But back when I started, subchapter S was the best way to go.
Okay. Let's see. Did your dad just unclip your glasses and reclip them?
Yeah. They're called click clocks. See?
Oh my God.
Click clocks.
See, that's how you know he's
just
a boater.
like my Glock.
That's how you know he's a boater right there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'll show you a boater.
What did your dad think about your truck?
Honestly, no comment.
He hates it. He's
Yeah.
retarded.
You got to go pee every time you ride in it.
Did you do construction growing up?
Well, yeah, I used to help. My dad had rental properties in Detroit, so I used to help him do all kinds of stuff. But I guess it's in the gene pool a little bit. You know, my dad did construction in the old country, and that's all the times really when we got here. It's all the jobs we had were ditch diggers and masons. And
someone said I'm giving you a headache.
Yeah.
Someone said I got a question for your dad. How does he put up with your bullshit all day? Yeah. Let's see. Did you go to college? That's a good one.
Yes, I did.
Not really though.
I went to night school. I took a bunch of. I went to a community college. I took all the construction classes that I could take. I took business law, accounting, finance. I do recommend that. I'm not saying get a degree, but you should be educated. At least in the area, and there's a lot to learn about contract laws and how to read blueprints, materials. There's a lot of stuff. I highly recommend if you're going to be in construction, go get schooled. I'm not saying you have to have a degree in engineering or construction management, but you should know what you're getting into. Because anybody can work out of a pickup truck, and you'll always be competing with those guys. But knowledge is power. The more you know, the more you're going to be able to make, and people will trust you. If you don't know how to explain yourself to people, how can you sell jobs? Part of it too, you got to learn to be a salesman. You got to sell your own jobs in the beginning, because then if you hire a salesman, he doesn't know what he's doing, he can really screw it up. Or if you have an estimator and they underestimate projects, that's why a lot of guys go out of business. You got to know every facet of your business to be successful. Then you can rely on other people once you know it, but you got to know everything.
Can say better. Do you guys do mainly state-funded jobs or more of county jobs? A little mix.
We do state, county, municipal, and city projects, and some resident. A lot of resident. I like doing a residential.
Hate it with the passion.
And I don't like working for builders. That's how you lose money. Working for builders.
They suck.
Yeah.
They suck. Okay. Is making your own company from scratch as hard as it seems? Tips and rules to follow someone who's thinking about taking a first step. What should they take?
First step, get your licenses. Be legit. Operate legit. Get the discipline of running your business. Pay yourself last. Pay everyone that works for you. Pay all your bills on time so you can establish, a good rapport with your suppliers. And it'll take you a good 5 hard years to get where you want to get. It's a tough 5 years, and you got to have a passion for what you like, and you got to be the first guy to get up in the morning and the last guy to come in, and you got to really understand it and know every part of it. And it's really not that hard. And you got to be honest with your customers, especially in today's world with the internet. People are going to find out real quick if you're a piece of crap or if you know what you're doing, and reputation is very important, and treat people right. That's all I can say. I've got people calling us. I don't even know where the heck they call us from. We tell people more no than yes to do work. Our phones are always ringing. I don't have a website. We don't advertise, and people just call us all the time.
And why is that?
Just take care of your customers.
Yeah. Customer.
Don't cheat people. Yeah. Have integrity. Integrity is a very important part.
It's pretty easy to cheat people too in this business.
Yeah, you can be a scumbag.
You can be an ass if you want to, but
you can be a real scumbag.
Tell them what happens when you want to do the quick money.
There's no such thing.
Yeah.
Not if you want to grow and have a good company. There are truths and there are morals. So treat people the way you want to be treated, and it seems to work in construction, or I don't care any business you're in. You know what my dad used to tell me? People work really hard for their money. So when you give them a product, just put yourself in their shoes. You get up every day to go work for something and try to bring some money home for your family, and you need a job done, do it right. Concrete, give them 4. You don't give them 3.5 and try to cheat them on the mix, and it just doesn't. You can make a lot of money being a crook, but in the long run, it doesn't hold up.
When you did come to America, how did you start your business? And what is the question you say? We're gonna skip that one. That make much sense. Was it hard to get concealed carry license coming from a different country?
No, I came here when I was 5 years old. I'm a citizen.
There you go. How do you guys pour concrete when it's cold, and what do you use hardener, for a hardener in the concrete?
When it's cold, well, technically, in the state of Michigan, in the state of Michigan, you really ambient air temperatures. If it's below freezing, you're going to have a tough time to get approval from an engineer or an architect or anyone to let you pour on in Michigan unless you do a lot of things. And that what I mean by that, you got to have ground warmers, blankets when you're done. It's cost prohibitive for big scale work. If it's something small, you can do it, but for large scale projects, there's a lot you have to go through. Now, building, you can heat it up, propane and or diesel heaters and all that fun stuff. But that's for bigger projects and interior. If you're asking for exterior, usually about Michigan, November 15th is technically the cutoff where municipalities won't issue permits for outside work. I mean, you can get work done. And then basically April 15th, when the frost laws kick out, you can get back to work. But you can still work in between. I mean, we worked all the way until December this year. The weather was good, but then you have to put calcium chloride. You got to keep the concrete warm, because if it freezes, you might as well throw it away. That's why a lot of concrete projects go bad, and also heat is just as bad as cold weather.
Now people know that either. Explain why, because they don't understand that heat's terrible for concrete.
Yeah, heat is really bad for concrete. You got there's temperatures where in the state of Michigan, I believe it's 91 degrees. And concrete coming out of that truck, you might as well throw it away. They won't let us use it unless you cool it off. And sometimes you got to put ice in it. But in different parts of the country, they pour when it's cold out. I mean, they pour early in the morning.
Let's see. If you had to go back, would you do it over again, or would you do something else?
No, I would do it over again.
Would you?
Yeah. It's giving me and my family a good living. That's all I know how to do. So I wasn't a career person to stay in college and get a job as an accountant or an engineer. Just that's not the way I was wired. So I like being outside. I like doing this. I've been doing it since I was a kid, so I don't know better. It can be physically demanding, but you know what? It's what it boils down to. It's what you like to do, and that's all I can really say about that.
So someone asked this. This is pretty funny. Have you ever hit an underground gas line?
All the time.
And if you did, was it bad? How bad was it? How bad was the worst one, I guess? Let's see.
We haven't hit real big ones. I mean, mostly small, maybe I think like a 3-inch we hit once. Yeah.
Yeah. Shh, on the ground. It's like
a lot of times because they're not marked.
Yeah, they don't mark them. And the one time we pulled the curb out, remember?
In Texas, they pour at 4 a.m. Yeah, I know that.
Which one?
I have a friend down in the valley. He doesn't want to pour concrete, Texas. He wants to come back to Michigan and pour.
Yeah. Who, Jose?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's a lot. Maybe back up.
The pin, the location. Yeah.
You didn't
know. 40 feet in the air. We don't know what happened. Blew the cover. I mean, it's just pin was there. Pin went through it, and it was an argon-filled line. But we don't know what happened.
No. Let's see. What was his first work truck and his favorite to date? He hates trucks, this guy.
My first work truck?
Yeah.
I had a baby blue F-250 with a F modified 400 in it, 1978. That was my first truck.
What's your favorite truck you had?
My favorite truck?
The white one? 6-liter?
Yeah, my 1999.
Oh, that's 7.3 then.
7.3, yeah. I put a chip in it. That was the best truck. With an 8-foot bed, not these little baby beds that everyone drives around with. Can't put crap in there.
You can put crap in there. It's not
your truck. What are you gonna put in there?
I put
2 bales of hay?
I put a pallet of mortar and block in there.
That's a baby.
Yeah, but you also drive
more than that. You can fit in that thing. Excuse me while I take care of it.
Yeah, he's always working here.
I'm working. This is Fortnite. That's the other thing too. Get smart about the way the world really works, guys. Don't stay ignorant.
What do you mean by that?
Learn the way the world works, the way the financial markets work. When you hear what's going on with interest rates or how the economy works, it's very smart to know exactly where things are going to be, in your area. Find out how the economy is in your area, what's kicking, what's not working. Just don't, if you're going to be in business, have your antennas up about everything, trends, what's going on, what's happening. Stay informed. Don't do a job and go to the bar and party all night. That's not a good business, man. Sorry, it's kind of boring if you want to be a good business guy. I mean, you got to be disciplined, in the military.
Someone said, why do you like Ford over Dodge or anything else?
Because up here in Michigan, boys, we get A-plan discount. We used
not even that. They make a better truck, I think.
I think Ford makes a better truck. I mean,
you beat the shit out of your trucks.
I destroyed them.
I mean, we have.
I was merciless to my trucks.
We have 2 trucks, 1 truck now. Original, first truck you ever bought, right?
1996.
Still
running.
No, that's no issues with it ever.
just some minor stuff, but
An
no.
oil leak, like maybe if that. Look, so he told you 7-3. The dad knows what's best. Let's see. You give me your dad. I think it's funny. This dog is so irritating. If money was right, how big of a if money was right, how big of a state job? Not neighboring area. I don't know what that means.
Well, you're limited by so if you guys have a question about like getting qualified to do some of the bigger projects, you have to become bonded in surety. What that basically means is that it's almost in a sense like a line of credit where an insurance company will say, okay, your company is good for $1 million worth of work. Okay, because the municipalities or government agencies or some contractors want to hire companies that are viable, that are not going to go out of business during the duration of the project. So in case you were to die, croak, or not finish the project, they'll go to the company that gave you the bond and say, okay, pay up, finish the job. So bonding is important if you want to kind of move in different directions. I mean, yeah, you can stay small and do residential. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's part of the discipline of being financially responsible to your company, so you can bond yourself.
That's a good question there. What do you do with customers that don't want to pay or giving you a hard time?
Well,
this is the best part here. This is a good one.
It's really easy.
Happened pretty easily. Tell them the story.
Yeah, it happens. People sometimes are just crazy and they think they don't have to pay. But the part is, if you're legit in most states, which I think, make sure you have a signed proposal or contract, and then also, like in the state of Michigan, we have lien rights. So when you don't want to pay, let's lien your house. And then
what is that? What does a lien?
What ends up happening? The lien basically secures my rights of dollar values to your property. So you can't sell it, you can't get a line of credit on it, and then I can take you to court to execute the lien.
And that means?
That means that I could get judgment for the property.
So owning your house.
You pretty much own your house. So basically, most people will not. They'll get the money to pay you because they don't want to go to judgment where the judge says, okay, we're going to sell the house and pay the creditors. You basically have legal rights to the title. And yeah, it's not the way you want to go, but it's a protection for working hard. But again, if you don't have the licenses registered, you're breaking the law anyways, because I know in Michigan you can't do work over
$500.
Over $500. So you've already broke the law and you got no rights in court.
Then you get in trouble
Then you get in trouble. So
because you're not allowed to do that. Do you pay prevailing wage on certain jobs? Yes.
And if projects require it, sure we do pay it. Yeah.
And that is how much?
Depends.
About 45, something like that.
And here in the States, in Michigan, it's about $45, $47 an hour.
So an hour. And these kids are asking, should I go to college or should I go to construction or what? I mean, realistically,
I think you kind of have to kind of do both.
Your personality, but tell them what happens when you work for someone the rest of your life, though, for the most part.
If you work for someone yourself?
Yeah, I mean, well, not like.
Well, there's not
bad.
I mean, not everybody wants or should be an entrepreneur or a business owner.
Well, most of these
you can make a good living working for someone. I mean, if you're an operator or you're good with your hands, you'll make a good living. There's nothing wrong with that. You can always do, work on the side, make extra money. It's on the individual basis. If someone saves the money and wants to go to school and learn, and it's two parts. In today's world, you have to have education and the ability to, save some money, work for someone, save your money, and then start your little company, start doing side jobs.
Surveying would be a career. They make a lot of
surveys.
I mean, if you own a surveying company,
surveyors are very high demand.
Man, no one does it, and everyone's an idiot who does it.
Surveyors, operators, any tradespeople.
How old were you when you got in your first fight and you kicked their ass? He was a nerd. He was nerdy when he was younger.
I grew up in the hood. We don't talk about those things.
Yeah, he was. Oh, well, you're hard. No, he was nerd. He was nerdy.
No, when I grew up, it wasn't really like that. Yeah, once in a while you get a push fight there and there, but it wasn't. People respected each other, man. It was different.
Nowadays, you get shot. It's ridiculous. Yeah. So I guess they carry a gun. Seriously. Sorry, California. That sucks over there. Someone said shout out from Sanger, California.
Cali
would be sweet, but you just got too many laws and too many liberals. And you call someone ma'am.
Texas.
Ma'am on accident. It goes viral on YouTube. Let's see. If you could go back, what would you do with the partner?
As a matter of fact, I did have a partner. He was
Explain that. I don't know. You gotta explain that.
Yeah. Well, it kind of worked out when I first started. I worked for my uncle, And then I just got married. So this inspector in the city we were working in had started a company, and he said, "Hey, you want to come maybe run my company?" And then I said, "Sure." So I kind of went with him. He was working for the city at the time, and I had my own company. So we kind of, for the first 2 years, we teamed up and we shared jobs, and that's how kind of I was able to break free from working for family. And but he was a cool guy, man. He was a Army Ranger. Used to have
Um,
good guy.
you still around, that guy?
Yeah, he's still around.
I never met him before. Let's see. How old was he when he started, and how did he prove? Yeah, sometimes you got to repeat because people just try to. But how old was he when he started? And
I was 23 years old when I started.
And how did you improve financially from the start?
You just learn. You learn. You make some dumb mistakes when you're younger, and you always think that things will keep moving at a certain rate. The biggest mistake you make is you got to watch you don't get in too much debt. That's what hurts. Most businesses fail not because you're not a good worker or a good organizer or planner. It's called undercapitalization. You don't have enough money to survive the up and downs. That's what happens to small businesses. And a bank's not going to give you money in the beginning, so you have to really learn how to stretch your dollars. And you got to be very careful not to, get excited and have a good month and go buy a bunch of crap. Sometimes you got to rent some stuff. You got to make do without. It's doable. I mean, every day people do it in any business. I just know I know the concrete business, so I can, give you guys pointers on that. But when it comes to like any other businesses, generally they're all the same. It's undercapitalization is what you don't want.
Someone asked, when is the 6.0 coming? It's coming when I find a shop that I can work on with a lift, because I don't want to do it without a lift, to be honest with you. It's a pain in the ass. So, and that's not a priority right now, to be honest with you. So, let's see. I don't see many GMC work trucks. Why is that? They're expensive. Why are you going to buy a GMC for work? You might as well get a Chevy.
I think Ford always, personally, I just think when they came out with a series called Super Duty, even almost 25 years ago, people just gravitated to them.
The number one selling truck for 42 years.
Dodge and Chevy, when the first Super Duties came out, they didn't have the 450s. They only had the 350s, and I think that's what ended up happening. And then you know what? It works good for you, buy another one. So and that's what happened. I think we've owned maybe 5 to date or 6 Super Duties.
No, more than that. Oh, you say new?
3. I had one stolen.
You say new?
Yeah. We're working in Detroit, and guy jumped in and drove it right off. Oh
well. Okay, someone asked, how do you deal with people stealing from your company? We don't talk about it.
You fire them.
It's Italian. I don't know. Use your imagination is all I can say. Why don't you do snow removal in the winter?
It's never really.
There's money in it. It's just.
I don't know.
Our people don't like the cold, first of all.
I'm going to Florida. I don't want to mess around.
Yeah, someone asked, where's your favorite place to go vacation after work? Florida.
Anywhere but cold.
Yeah. I like the cold a little bit. Shout out from Shelby Township. What's up, dude? What was your dad's dream car when he was a kid? People really they like you more than me.
328 Ferrari.
328? Mm-hmm. Those are junk now, though.
I don't care.
Those are junk now.
Though. You're asking when I was a kid. That was the car.
I know.
The 328.
You don't like the Countach? The Lamborghinis?
No, it's too.
You're lying. I know you like them.
Never liked it. Gaudy.
Let's see. How many times have you almost fired your son? You can't even count. Probably 3 times. No, 3, like serious times? Like probably
about 6 times.
Yeah, not 6 times.
Yeah.
About 3 serious times. Yeah. Okay, well, he doesn't understand. It's not really easy to work with him. Yeah. He seems all nice and happy on camera. I'm just saying, dude.
What do you guys believe?
Oh, of course they're going to say you. You're older. Mm-hmm. Did you take any business from your uncle?
No. As a matter of fact, about 5 years after I left, we kind of regrouped together and kind of did a lot of projects together over time. No, we always got along, and we had a great relationship. My uncle's a cool guy.
Do you seal concrete, and what brand? Not really. I mean, you don't go out and just seal it.
On the bigger civil projects, we put a curing compound.
I think he's talking about sealing. Like,
I mean, if you cure the concrete properly, you don't have to seal it. Personally, that's that you can seal patio, stamped concrete, aggregate concrete, but I don't think regular plain concrete in Michigan, if you properly do the cures to it, you don't have to do all that sealing personally.
Yeah. I agree. Let's see. 6-inch BDS lift. Do you recommend it? Yeah, but lifting your truck's I'm not doing it again. It's a little stupid. He'll yell at me if I bring this up, so I'm not gonna talk about
I don't got to ride in it. I like riding things that don't have to go potty every time I hit a pothole.
Said, yo, Pops is on live now. Why isn't Leclerc Plus? No. Well, it just does. We just don't do it, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's money in it, but I don't know. Okay, this is a good one. This is my question too, I guess. If Detroit is shit, why don't you move the shop then?
Because there's a lot of advantages of being in the hood. The
Okay.
taxes are cheaper. I can find guys easier. And there's reasons to be down there. You know, we got a lot of contracts in the past and in the future for being a Detroit-based company. So you're a Detroit-based business. Detroit is probably going to have more work than most of the metropolitan area in the next 10 years. So it just makes sense to be down there. Plus, it was a cheap buy, and it'll cost too much money to move the operations into the suburbs, and then it doesn't make any sense at this point.
And miles of my truck, I have 78,000, I think, or something like that. Move your business to Jersey.
I would. Too many paisans over there.
Yeah, too much.
Too much kumbas.
Yeah. Why don't you change your red 350 for new 2019? I don't want to spend
money.
Yeah, I don't want to spend the money for that. It's a lot of money. No. It works now. My plan for that truck is make it all cool and whatever, make some videos with it, and then eventually make a stock and put it back in the company. Beat the shit out of it even more. Let's see. Oh, jumping again. Oh, what about salt damage from not sealing?
Listen, I mean, you know, read up on. There's good articles on the curing compound
96
membranes.
people here. Look at that.
It'll explain a little bit. I mean, you got to remember, if you can seal it and keep the surface, yeah, it helps. I'm not against all that, but I just think you cure the concrete properly in the beginning, then you have less problems. You know, everything's going to delaminate in Michigan over time, and it's not necessarily the salt; it's the weather conditions. We'll go from, you know, one day it'll be 40, like today, it's in the 50s, and you know it can be 10 below zero in 4 days. So that's a lot of you're asking the materials to put up with a lot in that kind of you know, range of heat and cold cycle. So it's tough on our concrete here, real tough.
Has Trump helped you with the tax breaks? That's a good question.
Well, no, in
I won't say
April,
yet,
I don't know yet 100%. I think so. I think so. I know there was a lot of optimism when he came in. The phone was really, really crazy, ringing off the hook. People were wanting to spend money.
Seems a little.
Now that the
exaggerated.
other people got in, I don't know. I mean, people got nervous again. We'll see what
Do you
happens.
invest in real estate? I don't. I don't have money for that. So
Yeah, I have. Yeah,
I would like to. That's my goal one day, is to be owning.
you have money. You
Something.
should have some money in some land. You should have some money in the markets, and money liquid, and some money in equipment.
What do you do when you can't pour concrete?
I trade.
Stocks? You gotta tell him. They don't know. You gotta
Futures,
tell him.
everything.
Like, you know, you gotta tell. Yeah, he's okay. I don't know. Let's see. What was both?
Well, actually, it's never. I'm always engaged. I mean, you know, I'm bidding jobs. We're looking for work. I mean, it's almost nonstop. I mean, at least my plate is full. I pretty much do everything myself. I really don't downsize the business. We used to have 70 people. Then when the recession hit, kind of cleaned things up, and basically I run the operations by myself now. So, and I'm happier.
Worst truck you've ever owned?
The worst truck we've ever owned.
That's a good question.
I had leased a 150.
You leased? Oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah.
So tell them the lease story.
Oh,
They're gonna
yeah.
laugh. They're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, you're insane."
at least a 150.
What year was this? You gotta get
It was a
back.
1997.
So it was back in the late '90s.
Yeah, it was a straight six.
V6.
No, straight six.
Straight
stroke.
six, not V.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're right.
Like 200, like a 300 liter.
They made a straight six.
Yeah, it was a good engine, and it was a 150 with a 5-speed. No, 4-speed
The manual.
manual.
And then what'd you do to it? You beat the crap out of
It
it,
destroyed it.
and then you turned
When
it back.
I brought
in.
it back, I brought it in at night. This thing was rock.
How'd you not get in trouble? Was my
I don't
question.
know. They just didn't even call.
So that was the
It
worst truck you
jacked
owned?
up. Yeah, it was.
Frank, if you're not 21, how'd you buy a handgun? You can, depending where you live, you can go and get a purchase permit for your police station, and that means you can get a gun at 18 years old. So If you're 18, you can do it. We get to go to the police station. You get a police permit, and that's how I did it. So, let's see. What do you ask? What kind of guns do you guys have? Too many of them. We like guns. Glocks. He likes Glock a lot. It's about 19X, 1911, ARs.
Never know. You got to be ready.
Let's see. I'm from Chicago. We sell everything. Good selling point and reassurance. What are you planning on buying this spring for equipment?
Wait, see.
This one right here. What do you plan on buying?
This spring? I mean, I think we already bought a truck for the year. Maybe a new, maybe a skid steer. We'll see how the year goes, how the projects go. But I think for right now, equipment wise, we're okay. You know.
How much more? Oh, okay, this is good. You're like this one. Matt Pachoa. So his dad owns, or his I can't remember his uncle or his dad, but he's local and they own a construction company. He had a question for you. How much longer do you think before the markets are going to crash?
Depends what you mean by crashing. I think things have been overinflated all the way around, except I think real estate is halfway affordable. It depends how much the feds run up the interest rates or how bad they want Trump out of office. Don't get me started with all that, but they can manipulate things, guys. That's why I was telling you got to get educated and understand the way the world works. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but there are a few people that can control some levers, you know. As long as keep your debt not too crazy and your cash flow good, and you'll ride all these crazy things up, and they'll move the markets up and down. I mean, that's just the way they're going to play it. And when they crash, you just come in and buy it. I mean, yeah, when you got Apple that commands such a big part of the S&P, when it moves down, it's going to drag everything down with it. But you're still going to go out and buy a Coca-Cola and go make some purchases. So I mean, a lot of it is a lot of noise that they create.
See, I mean,
that could be for another discussion.
You don't know. Yeah, that's a lot to go into. Do you hunt? He does not at all. Actually, no, we randomly would do like pheasant hunting, but
I like pheasant. We're gonna go pheasant hunting. Cousin Rob's coming in from Florida.
Yeah. Oh man, I should make a video with him.
Oh, do a video.
If you ever met like a crazy ass Italian guy, I mean that would be it. He's just
Rob is okay.
Psychotic. You can't talk about him. Okay, let's see. So that you'll be kind of hunt, kinda. Where is it 6-0 at? Like I said earlier, gotta figure something else for it. Do you have fans in Detroit? Have they ever saw you at a job site? Yeah, kind of. I don't want to say fans. I don't think I have fans. I'm not nothing special. But I was going to Red Wings game the other day. Just walking down the street, and this dude is like, Frank. And I'm like, looking around, like, who's this? I watch YouTube videos. I'm like, oh, what's up, dude? That's what's up. It's crazy. But yeah, just random stuff like that. Favorite power stroke? He's a 7.3. 6.7 for sure. Or 6.0. 6.0 sweet. We should make a video shooting. We should do that. Be cool. What's the biggest challenge you face as a business owner? 130 people are in here. What?
Okay, the biggest challenge currently today, I think, is the labor force. Quite frankly, the country needs to be fixed. There'll be a lot of work. I don't care who's in office, but they've made that commitment. So unless everything really blows up, which if it does, it won't matter. But the country needs to be fixed. And unfortunately, at least my generation, when I was in high school, they were telling us, you got to get a degree. So a lot of people that are my age never went into the trades, and it's even worse coming down. So the biggest challenge is finding a good group of guys or even girls that want to be in anything associated with construction, any trades. That's the biggest challenge.
That doesn't mean you have to be getting hazard either.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you have to be going there swinging with a sledgehammer. You can do something in the office. I mean, those.
But right now there's not enough,
But
anything to do with fixing this country, I don't care what it is there's a lot of work.
Let's see. What's average salary for a concrete company owner? You can't even answer that, really.
I mean, you can make $1 to you can make yourself
$40 million a year if you wanted to. If you do, right? Just depends on everything. So many variables. How big your company? Yeah, can't get into that. If you're young, how can you get into making money real fast?
That's one thing about being young. You want everything fast. There's no fast way.
Fast way.
You just got to be disciplined and dedicated to what you're doing.
Reno said, Dominic said here. Reno said you're a conspiracy theorist.
Tell Reno to kiss my
ass. Oh, God. Let's see. Are you with or against Trump?
We'll keep the political things private.
Trump, baby. How does your dad feel about you making YouTube videos?
Whatever floats your boat.
He don't care. He's like, gay. What's your favorite restaurant in town?
My kitchen.
You don't even make that much food. What are you talking about?
I love cooking at home. What you talking about? Arby's.
How come I chose an LLC for my business? I don't need to be a corporation, I guess.
They're same.
It's pretty
Half
same
does the
thing,
same
so.
as the other. All the corporation does is a corporation basically is an entity.
Entity.
In court, it's an entity, so it's
Person.
looked at as a person basically. Yeah. That's all. It just protects you. I mean, listen. One thing about America, you can sue anyone. So if somebody wants to sue you, you can get sued. But if they want to sue, they can't sue you for your corporation. So if your company, something happens, they can't come after you personally because they'll have to sue the corporation. They can try to sue you personally, but it never works. So they'll go after the corporation. It just protects you.
Any funny bad employee stories? You got a lot of them. You get some crazy ass people in construction.
I've had guys sleeping in my truck before, and we didn't know he was living in the truck. And
had a guy live at our shop.
Yeah, had a guy living at the shop before. I mean, I've had to pick people up out of, bail them out of jail. You name it, man. Wives coming on the job.
Oh, the fights, little shit's caused a lot of trouble.
Yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, we could have a movie.
I think we should have a TV show personally.
Oh, TV show might work. The Dysfunction Junction.
How did I meet Alex? I went to high school with him. Cool kid. Hard worker. Let's see. Shout out Macomb, Michigan. That's what's up. Would you ever consider a position as a superintendent?
I think if I ever, I don't know if a superintendent, I would probably be like a municipal inspector, go inspect jobs. That might be fun, but I don't see myself ever retiring. I'll probably die on one of my job sites. That idea of not getting up and doing what I like to do just is strange to me. I don't have a retirement plan. I don't know what that would mean. So, gotta be like my uncle, he used to pull up to the job sites even when he wasn't really working and just come and hang out and see what we were doing. So yeah, retirement is, get that idea out of your head. Find what you like to do and you don't have to retire. They say find a hobby and that'll be your passion. That'll make your living in your hobby. Why is it cold? Did you turn on the air?
No. How many employees do you have? It's not that cold. Although the window's open, yeah. Possible.
How many employees?
Yeah. Do you have a secretary?
No secretary. I probably need one though. I think that'd be.
Yeah, I think you do need one too. I personally agree.
I'm just being stubborn.
What do you think about minimum wage going to $15? Retarded. Personally, you don't deserve $15 on McDonald's.
Well, we should make the minimum wage $100,000. If you're going to have a minimum wage, just make it $100,000.
You make $15.
No,
what's going to happen? Everything's going to get pricier. So I think it's stupid. Do you think you really deserve $15
minimum wages are just.
You work at McDonald's, I get it. It's a starting job, but you shouldn't be supporting your family at McDonald's. You can find another job somewhere.
You have to have a wage has to start somewhere, and I mean, in today's
15. That means everything else is getting expensive.
Like I said, make it $20, make it $100. It's how you want to think that the systems work. Do you want the government to always set prices, or do you want the market? Because I know here in Michigan, you're not finding good workers for $15 an hour, not even 20.
Nope.
So the market always wins. If you want to fight the market too much, that's another discussion, guys.
What do you think? What the same dude?
What's all the crap?
I don't know. Are you hiring?
All the time.
Yeah, hit me up.
Spring we are.
Also, tax advantages at LLCs.
I think they're equal. I think with the new tax codes, there's advantages to probably operating through a corporation. I think your income level is taxed a little lower, so that's probably the advantage of having a corporation or LLC. Another one too is your tax structure changes.
What's the stupidest thing I've done? Me.
Oh man, I don't know where to start.
I don't even.
Yeah, I think his mom could answer that better.
I don't even know. I'm pretty retarded sometimes. What do you think about my truck modifications? What I've done to it?
I mean, I guess if I was your age, I think it'd be all right. But I don't like anything. I want to ride comfortably. I'm not into all that.
You're old.
Yeah, I'm old.
Old man. Old man.
I mean, I don't have to climb into a truck. You know what I mean? I don't want a forklift to get in there.
It's a nice step.
It's just a personal thing. That's all.
It's a nice step you can get up. No. How bad did the recession affect you?
Well, the bad one was tough because we had a lot of stuff going on. We were kind of caught off guard. A lot of people didn't see it coming. So, yeah, it kind of punched us pretty hard in the gut. But you know what? Pull up your boots and keep punching, and you work your way through. I've kind of rebuilt my company more than one time, to be quite honest. But that's just the way life goes.
You guys Italian and white? I am. He's full blood. Italian and Scottish. Is that the voice for Scottish? I don't know. I won't say I'm Scottish enough personally. What could I provide to you? What could I provide you 1 hour of your time? I'm a welder fabricator, aspiring to start my own fabrication business here in Oregon.
Hey, hook him up with Darren.
Yeah.
A friend of ours is a certified welder. He does beautiful work.
Building a truck right now.
Yeah. Guy, he built. Actually, they were. He was on a bike build off when they were doing all that.
What's the show
Bike
called?
build off.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
old show.
Darren's a great fabricator. That's a good profession, welding.
Welding's great.
What did your dad think about us dumb kids in Livonia? Yeah, the school system sucked in Livonia. Too many dumb kids.
I can't read these. Is there a lot of competition for your trade right now, or is it balanced out now? Then rather,
is there a lot of competition for work? There's enough work for everyone. And what it boils down to, you just got some guys that are just greedy. And
someone said donation to his child support. Here he does that, and
well.
He's never drove my truck. Yeah, and then he curbed it on purpose because I pissed him off. So, yeah. My wheels are all. I've ever seen one of my wheels is curbed.
No, I don't want him parking on my driveway. I'm tired of mud.
No, he grabbed my truck when I first got my wheels on there, and we were yelling at each other. And you know what he did? He rode the curb all the way down the street to piss me off. So he ruined my whole wheel. It was nice. Yeah.
Well, it's only a wheel. Big deal.
Pops is dropping straight now. Someone said. Oh, dude, come on.
That's a broccoli one.
Sorry, stinks, guys. Man.
It's mostly men here.
Oh, you got to read these. I can't spell that.
That's pasta. It ain't that bad.
Pasta visual, you think? Man.
Wait, is it what? You had to rebuild?
I can't read the comment too fast. But this.
Wait. About rebuild. Well,
where's that?
Orlando. Let's see.
Oh, okay. Father's advice. You said you had to rebuild your company more than once, and you kept motivated. How would you stay away from distractions?
Just plain stubbornness. Sometimes guys, you'll take, when you're younger, you'll take some more challenges. The older you get, you aren't as gutsy. So my advice is just do it now while you're young. Don't wait till you're older. Time is not on your side, because the older you get, the scarier you get about doing stuff. So what I mean by rebuilding is that you have sometimes, I've built houses, I've built commercial buildings. I've done the whole gamut. And you know what? I always kept my concrete business, and thank God I did, because sometimes those other things didn't work out as good. And sometimes you kind of abuse and neglect, just like your family, the ones that are the best to you. So whatever you're good at now, that could be a plumber or carpenter, just if you're good at one thing, just hang on to that, because that'll probably bail you out more than once.
Someone said, can you adopt me? Please adopt me.
Sure, all my employees are my babies.
Yeah. Jesus. Is your business an LLC, an S corp, or C corp?
It's an S corp. Okay.
When is he gonna make you a foreman? Well, I kind of started my own thing, so I don't know how future's gonna lay out.
Got to make himself a foreman.
Yeah, and that too. So
you got to do it. You got to be self-starter. So when Frank wants to be a foreman, he can. If he doesn't want to,
plan him cutting for the next few years, though.
Go cut his thing off.
Most expensive mistake an employee's made in your company? That's a good question too. I don't know that one. Probably before I was around.
Wow. Well, you know what, guys? I'm gonna be honest with you. Really, really costing us mistakes. I haven't let them. We haven't crept up on us because we keep a tight handle. You know, and I know it sounds crazy, but if you watch what your guys are doing, at least for what we do in our trades, the worst that can happen is that they don't place the concrete correctly. But usually,
Come on, Mom,
me
chill.
or my brother-in-law are around,
Chill.
and we got a couple good guys, so they really can't screw it up. Remember, concrete only gives you 90 minutes at the most to mess around with it. So if you screw it up and you don't handle it properly, you're taking it out. So, I mean, most employees, you know what? If you train them and they understand the procedures, aren't going to cost you a lot of money. People make mistakes. And more, you know what? Backing into stuff, breaking things, stupid wise, yeah, maybe a few $1,000s here and there. That'll happen every year. Guys just, you know, things fly off a truck or they'll lose something or steal it, but that happens. You can't stop that.
Is your company part of a union? And what are your thoughts on union companies?
No, we're not union.
What are your thoughts on union versus
I'm not.
union?
I'm not anti-union. Some places it's easier way to play the game. Other places it's just there's no real advantages. Treat your guys right, pay them well, and I think unions served their purpose a long time ago. We're better than they are today.
Got some more questions. Let's see real quick. How do you find reliable labor starting with a construction company?
You train them yourself. There's really hard to find guys or people or women out there that best things try to get a young guy that wants to learn and you teach them. And most of our guys are pretty much on average have been with us for probably over 10, 12 years. And a lot of them come in and we just train them and keep them. Pay them good, take care of them.
Oh, he's gonna like this one. What does your dad say about the Tide Pod snowflakes that complain all the time?
I kind of feel sorry for them, to be real honest, because they don't really realize they're living in probably one of the best countries in the world. And I really do feel bad that they think otherwise. I would give them one advice: get on an airplane and pick any country, and and go visit, and then you'll realize that this is not a bad place. It's not perfect, but you know what? America's a good country.
Someone said, "How do you like the Maserati?"
It's okay. Well, everything's overrated.
He loves it.
A car's a car.
Bullshit. My 19 will be 20 in March, and I want to become a contractor. CD61, D49 tree service. But people tell me I should wait a couple more years. Should I? I live in California.
Well, Gasper, if you know the business, start doing small jobs. You don't have to jump full steam. I mean, I'm sure you could hustle up some work on the side where the internet is on Facebook and test the waters. Start making some money on the side, and little by little, you'll build your dream. Most people do it that way. So, actually, be in a year or two, you'll save up money, you'll have everything ready, and you'll have a customer list.
Cody, I don't know what you're talking about, but that'd be kind of cool. He said I meant to send you guys a letter about anything you guys need from Dayton, Ohio. What's up? I don't know what we need from there, but I don't think we need anything from there. But do you guys do a lot of pump work? I've never used a concrete pump ever.
A few times. Our work doesn't really require pump work. We don't really.
I think we should use it more personally. Pretty sweet.
Depends on what you're doing.
Even driveways though. You do big one?
No. It depends what you're doing. I mean, it's all technique and procedures. And they're not cheap to have around either. So.
Do you guys know the company Kappa Construction? I don't know.
Where's Kappa located at?
I have no clue. How do you know Alex like again? I went to high school with him. Do you guys think it would be a good idea to go to college and get a degree in construction management if I have prior experience with concrete welding and framing houses? I mean, yeah, school's not bad, dude.
That's not a bad avenue. I mean, construction management is you'll learn a lot of how different companies do things. I kind of wish I would have probably had my feet wet with other companies, because I think just doing that on my own a certain way kind of limits you a little bit. So if you have the chance, not a bad way to go. Learn how other people do stuff.
Someone said, "What do you think about me? What do you think about Frank going out on his own and making his own company? Wouldn't you want him to take over the business when you can't?" Well, I'm not going to be gone forever.
You know what? I think it's a great experience. Go.
Plus,
everyone's got to get their teeth cut.
I think
somewhere.
if you were to hand me a business.
No, I know.
I know. Okay, I'm saying if you were to give someone a business, they were never going to respect it.
Well, first of all, in the construction industry, at least for what we do,
Yeah.
You already hand someone some equipment. You got to know how to maintain your
I'm saying,
customers.
you have to know how to do it
how
yourself.
to bid your projects. So it's handing someone this. There's a lot behind the scenes. The equipment with the knowledge into people and really the knowledge behind how to do the day-to-day doesn't mean anything. A machine or a truck is worthless if you don't have the ability to go, run it properly and produce the product.
What do you think about Argos Concrete Company? I don't know who that
There's
is.
a lot of concrete
Going to
companies.
school for concrete industry management.
Good
Solid,
field.
yeah. Did you know this is what you want to do straight out of high school? Okay, two things. Did you know that this is what you want to do straight out of high school? I know going to college is frowned on. I know going not. Okay, I can't read this far away. Did you know this was what you want to do straight out of high school?
Well, I just knew I wanted to be in business somehow, some way. I worked in a chicken place. I always tried to figure out the angle, how much money they were making, flipping the birds, and I just here's a real rub for me. I was sitting in an accounting class, and I was kind of struggling with the accounting, and I'm looking around. There's a lot of smart people in this class, and they had the discipline to learn the accounting, and I'm struggling. And I thought to myself, how in the heck am I going to compete and never get a real job? So I had to, like an epiphany, like, well, wait a minute, you know what? I'm going to go in construction. I tasted a few little jobs that I did, and I saw the money that I can make, and I just did the quick math in my head and said, hey, I'll make this work. I didn't have all that. You know what? Like I told you guys, if you want to jump into something, better do it when you're young, because you get too much stuff in your head later. Yeah, you make mistakes and you can recover them. When you get older, you start making mistakes. It's hard to recover.
Now I already learned I'm not going to buy. I wouldn't buy another truck like this again, just because.
I try to tell you,
$50,000 is like a lot of money. So to be gone. So, and he was right. He's like, don't do it. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And I did it, and I should have listened. Let's see. No college, not going to college is frowned on. I started sheet metal out of school and never looked back. Loving it every day. Gotta love what you do, dude. What did you get in the business? Why did you get in the business? Oh, well, we've answered like 1,000 times, but money.
I got in the business.
Why do you own a business in general? What's your biggest reason why? To make money.
Yeah, to make money.
Yeah. It's the only reason. That's not the only reason, but it should be the biggest reason.
Is Frank gay?
No.
No, I don't think so. No.
I'm gonna start. You can pull the phone out real quick. You want to do that? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
His mom said she would love him no matter what.
Oh, get the. What would you recommend getting an excavation company started? 17, I want to own my own excavation company. Love running heavy equipment, but not sure how to go about it. That's a big one. It's hard.
All right, Jackson. You want to do excavation, right? Well, you know what? The way to start: get a backhoe, and start digging lines for people, or just running your backhoe for people. You can pick up a backhoe, pretty cheap. That might be the way to go. But go get training, though, man.
Some little kids in here. All right, we'll get them out of there. Put you in timeout. There you go. All right, sorry. Advice: your dad is maybe yawn. Hello, give him a one low.
Got fish on here?
Yeah. Advice on firing people: don't be a pussy.
You know what? Treat people with respect.
Yeah, but don't be a bitch at the same time.
No, I mean you never dog another person.
Yeah, but if you gotta fire somebody
just,
being stupid, you're gonna be like.
Yeah, but remember one thing: there's generally try not to hire people you have to fire. Okay, you become a little bit of a judge of character. You can find out. You'll know real quick if a guy's going to be a piece of garbage. But you gotta let people down easy, man. You don't know what people are going through in their life.
Do I have a girlfriend? No, I do not have a girlfriend. No, I don't want one.
None of my business.
I don't want one. Girls are a big issue all the time. Headache after headache. I don't know how to deal with it. I'm taking advice from a lot of people. Even he said it one time or two. He said, "Don't get married young." He told me he told me. I said, "All right." Now ever since then, I'm like, "Don't do it then." Frank, will you eventually take over the company or start your own company? I don't know. That's down the road. I'm not. This man would not let me just. You gotta understand. You gotta tell him real quick because they think I'm just like good to get.
They don't know.
That's not how it works. He'll give it to like someone off the street before me. Just give it.
You know what?
No. And I have to buy it first of all.
Anything. Let me tell you something. Anything easily gained is easily lost. Write that down. You don't sweat for something, doesn't have value to you. That's an anything.
How old are you? Someone asked. Frank, do you remember how old you are?
What?
How old are you? Do you remember how old you are?
How old I am?
Yeah. Do you remember? Do you remember? Someone asked. Someone asked.
I don't know. 50 something, whatever.
Frank, who would want to fight, me or Redman? Definitely me for sure. He's not. Well, he's psychotic though.
Redman might shoot you.
I don't know. I shoot his ass. I shoot right.
He's Hannibal Lecter.
I just got here, but what happened with the 6.0 Power Stroke? I haven't worked on it because I have nowhere to work on it at, and our shop's a mess, and I don't feel like doing it there.
Put a gas engine in it.
You gay? I made a comment where I called gas engine gay, and a lot of people didn't like that. They started to get really mad, and I was like, I was just joking. Like, don't get your feelings hurt.
Why? Because you use the word gay?
Yeah.
Gay means happy.
No, gay means like faggot. See, that's the thing. You can't say that thing nowadays. People gets offended. Like, fuck cool. We got it on my face.
Everybody gets too offended.
But just pusses nowadays. Jeez, wow. So many people ask about Alex. Why so many people ask? Is Alex famous or something?
I have no idea.
Damn. What the hell wrong with this guy?
He's a hard worker, Alex.
He's good, yeah.
He's motivated.
Do you plan on moving out? If so,
I hope so.
What do your parents feel about it? He wants my ass gone.
Tomorrow.
Well, if I moved out, he'd be like, I'm so bored. What's up, man? He called me.
You can take the dog with him.
I ain't taking that little dog. We'll kick him off the deck. Do I plan on moving out? No, because I do, but why the hell would you move out in your 20s? It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If you could stay at home and you have a good house to live in, don't move out because you want to have parties and stuff. Just be broke. So, well, I'm not saying be broke, but I don't make enough money to do it. So, did I go to school with Alex? Yes, I did. Jesus Christ. What cars did I drive? Benz, Cadillac, something.
I drive a Navigator and use an old Navigator.
Yeah.
And I can put stuff in it.
It's a work truck. Tell him to get a Trackhawk. I want you guys to comment down and get a Trackhawk.
No.
Tell him he would love it. He would totally love it.
No.
Did you assume my gender? LOL.
What did you say?
He's messing around.
No.
Did you assume my gender? What business did you start, Frank? Scott, concrete cutting. So strictly concrete cutting. So if you want to make videos about it, they're very boring, simple, easy job. I think there might be more money in the actual concrete itself.
I don't know if it's not a question.
We're gonna find out.
It's different. It's a different service.
Yeah, but
it's not as capital intensive. It's different.
True. There's no overhead. It's just a saw and a guy. That's it.
Everything's got overhead.
Well, yeah.
It's a different overhead.
Do you guys snowplow? Nope.
It's not even snowing in Michigan anymore.
Yeah, it's not even snow right here. So if you work in the company with your dad and run jobs, don't you think that all the work should eventually you understand the business take over one day? Yeah, I do, but I want to do it's for I know myself for like you have to know yourself a little bit. I know myself personally. If I won't ever appreciate something unless I start it myself, like do my own crap and make my own mistakes. So
everybody's got to cut their own teeth, man.
Yeah,
got to cut your teeth in life.
Everyone has to shave their own face, man. So I just came up with that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. No,
I'll quit using my razors.
I don't use your nasty ass razor. Well, hopefully I'll use my razors, cause. Can you tell the skid steer with the F-150? Depends on the skid steer. Ours, no. No, some of them, yeah, actually. The new F-150s can tow like, well, it depends on your F-150, but the new ones tow like 11,000 pounds or 10,000 pounds. So
it still can sway, though.
It still can sway. And
it's the weight. You need the weight of the truck. It's not if it can tow it, guys.
What is your dream car, me and you? Ferrari F12, for sure. Or
you know what, guys? I mean, to be real honest, I'm over cars. I could care less. I used to be crazy. When I was younger, I used to that was my thing. But I really, I don't know. I'm just, the whole thing for cars, I'm over it, man.
Have you or your dad ever had to draw your gun on someone in the hood?
No.
Nope.
No. Don't ever want to do that.
No, if you draw, that is a felony. Or not, is it a felony?
It's
brandishing. Brandishing your firearm is, yeah, I'm pretty sure it might be a felony.
You might as well, that's just.
You don't want to get sued. You can get sued a lot of money for that.
If you carry a gun, it's for the last worst defense, man.
I just took my CPL class literally yesterday too, so
I'll never have to hurt anyone.
Before I took the class, when I was being a hard, I was like, yeah, I can't wait to carry a gun. Like, there's
a lot of responsibility.
I don't want to carry one now. I mean, I do. I'm gonna carry one, but like, there's so much more things that go into it than just carrying a gun. Being sued, even if you shoot someone and you win the fight and you win the not in jail, you still gonna be sued civilly for how much money your entire life you'd be making a paycheck every check you get paid out. I don't want to deal with it. So you don't want to shoot somebody or pull your gun
the
on
last
them.
defense.
Yeah, they can beat with a baseball bat or something, but don't shoot them. Don't shoot them. Does your dad make you pay rent? Not yet. I'm pretty sure he's gonna do it. So no, don't become ideas. Come on, try to save my money.
Put that into consideration.
Come on, guys. Let's see. Will you guys ever get into drilling or still with concrete? I want to get in core drilling personally. That'd be pretty cool.
Well, if you're saw cutting, core drilling kind of, again, these are little segments of the market. People specialize in it, and there's companies that do that, and they do pretty good at it.
Ooh, that's how you take care of his employees. But why does he only pay you $15 an hour?
Because he lives in my house.
True. That's bullshit, though. Still,
you get more than 15.
I get what, 16?
You get like 16 bucks.
No, I don't. Don't bull crap. Do not.
That's good money for you.
You get 16. What, 15 an hour? Man, these kids all think I make probably $30 an hour too. They do. They think that you went and you paid cash my truck for me. Yeah, you bought a lift, and you seriously, they do.
I'm gonna buy crap for them.
See. Thank you. That is from flipping dirt bikes when I was like 14.
Yeah.
Bought my first truck. Boom. Let's see. Do more lives with the red man. He's funny as hell. He is funny. He's retarded.
He needs help.
He's retarded. He is.
He needs help.
Hey, it's like you. Ooh, I can't read right now. My eyes are messed up. These contacts are ridiculous. Frank, become a stripper, bro. What the? I mean, for the girls, yeah, I do that. I mean, I'm not any problem with that. These crappy Michigan roads do no cars. Wait, what? Oh, I read that wrong. My dyslexia just popped in there. How do you guys feel about legalization of marijuana in Michigan?
To each their own. As long as you're not smoking and driving, you don't do it in your own house.
I don't care. Red Man's a crazy fucker. Especially when we were in the school. Yeah, he used to be crazy. Do you ever think about getting the company bigger?
We were bigger for a
company. You learned that already, though. You learned the money's not really.
The overhead kills you guys. I mean, you got to find your niche. That's all I can say. I can't judge for everyone, but in our industry, don't forget we're seasonal, so you pump out really hard 7-8 months out of the year, and then it depends. I mean, it's the biggest problem is finding and keeping the right help.
Oh, Sean, he's not gonna like that question at all. What does your dad think about your vaporizing habits, like the Juul? I quit that stuff though. I really did. It's terrible.
Listen, you take care of yourself when you're younger. You can enjoy your hard work. You want to party hard and do crap?
No, party is just a little nicotine.
That's stupid. I never did any of that garbage.
Does your son know he is gay? Look how he looks and talks. LOL.
Oscar,
Oscar, come on, guy. You're gonna talk about that?
But his mommy said she would love him no matter what.
Yeah.
So not me. He'd have to find a new place to live.
I'm just gonna keep my mouth closed so I don't get yelled at here. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Just read because I'm trying to follow.
I'll just read it and not make him pissed off by what I'm about to say.
Like what the Japanese are.
Oh my god. Did someone say Bud Light Platinum?
Bud Light.
Bud Light.
Bud Light beer?
Yeah.
No, drink Stella.
Look at Frank looks like a Barbie.
Who said that?
Angel. Hey, they love talking shit.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if I was one of the kids that are like, oh, he called me a Barbie?
Yeah, some of the psychiatrists.
I don't give a shit what people think. Or say. Oh, I gotta say some funculo. How about that one? Learn that one real quick. See, the thing is, though, what is this? I'm looking to get an Apple Watch.
We do custom drivers. We do a lot of stuff.
I'm looking to get an Apple Watch. Where'd that go?
Yeah, Christopher, we do work in Birmingham.
What the hell? How do you estimate?
We've done work for the city of Birmingham over the years too.
How do you estimate a job?
You know what? You got to know what your cost structure is, and everything will boil down to your material, how long it's going to take to do it, and then you've got to put something for, they're like your fixed costs. Your operating burden. Your operating burden is what it takes you to be in business. So if you want to divide it by 365 days a year, then every job you do, you got to plug in that number it takes to keep the lights on. Some guys do it like that. Some guys would rather say, I got, X amount of employees. We're going to go out today and I'm going to make so much, but I think you need to have the cost of being in business. And what I mean by that, you're going to have your lights on 365 days a year. So every job has got to pay towards the cost of being in business. So you start with that and your material and your labor costs.
I'm looking to get an Apple Watch. Ask your dad how much he paid for his. I don't know. I got mine for $200. He got his. So
I paid more. I think
they had a deal at T-Mobile. He bought his for like $400.
I like my Apple Watch. I like the walkie-talkie.
And then they had a deal where you can get another one for $200. He's like, go buy yourself an Apple Watch. I went there, and I bought myself an Apple Watch for $200. So brand new, the big ass one.
Frank.
What are you doing? I'm trying. Yeah, talking to it.
Frank.
It's actually pretty cool that when you're working and stuff, I think it's pretty nice.
Yeah, we used to have the Nextels.
Yeah, until they took us out.
You guys don't know what the Nextels were. They're the best two-way.
Oscar said, I'm just effing I'm messing around. Are you going to save this? What? Are you going to save this live? Oh, yeah.
If you don't, what is Alex?
What's your take on queers? I don't give a shit what you guys do.
Whatever people want to do.
Just don't. If you're going to force your opinion on me, that's when I get pissed off. So if you don't care about legalization of marijuana, how would you feel about employees partaking on it after work hours? If there was an accident on the job, if it would pass positive. I don't really mean you can do what you want. It's construction's a little different.
I mean, look, I look at it this way. I mean, if a guy goes out, if a guy comes to work drunk, you're going to send him home, right? If it's legalized in the state, it's going to be a little hard to discriminate if a guy wants to, smoke a joint. I mean, if they don't come to work high, I would prefer that, they have a little more discipline, but I can't get in someone's personal life and tell them how to live. I mean, it'd be kind of hypocritical, but, self-control. That's the nature of things.
What do you think about me filming all the time or whatever he does? Because, oh, yeah. So people tell me to post more. Yeah, you got to explain these days real quick. It's so hard to make a video when you're working. It's retarded hard. Like, it doesn't make no lot for this realistic way. It makes no logical sense for me to make a video while I'm working because it takes the time out of my day while I'm working. Can't actually get work done with it. It's a whole other process.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put a GoPro on your freaking head, I don't know what to tell you.
That's what they keep telling me too, but I don't know. What is that?
I can't believe you guys find what we do so interesting.
Yeah, I don't really understand the whole concept of. I'm just so used to it. Maybe it is pretty cool. We're just used to it.
I just like breaking stuff.
Yeah.
I like making a mess.
Prefer Android or Apple? I like Apple more.
I used to be an Android guy.
Nice, Apple obsessed.
No more.
What the hell's that picture? It looks like Marilyn Monroe. I don't know. I'm not an art gallery. Barocklets on the platinum. Yes, I actually want to. Your opinion on square trucks?
Work boots?
Oh, yeah, someone asked me for work boots earlier. I don't know where that question went. Ariats. If you want to wear some, I know no one likes cowboy boots, but I mean,
Red Wings, man.
Red Wings are good too.
Guys swear by their Red Wings.
They're good, but I like my Ariats. Ariats or
guys swear by their Red Wing boots, man.
Love the Nextel beat brings back memories. Yeah, they don't have.
Oh man, I miss my Nextel. You could talk. I have friends in Argentina. We used to talk. In Italy, you could do a lot of business like that. It was fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So my favorite boot's Ariat personally. He likes Red Wings. Whatever. You ever smoke a little in your day?
Nope.
No. You don't do nothing.
No.
You don't drink. You don't smoke no marijuana.
I like marijuana.
Doesn't smoke cigars. Which I wish he smoked cigars because cigars are delicious, but boring old man. How long have you ran the carrier for?
I started in 1989.
So
30 years.
Yeah. Damn. 30 years later.
Red Wings all the way.
You gotta try the Ariats, man. Cowboy boots are what's up. You don't gotta tie nothing. You slip them on. How about that Crete life, boys? You guys going to World of Concrete? What month is that in? What month is that?
I think that's in February. I might go to World.
I want to go with my buddy, but
I want to go to the CAM.
The thing is, I'm not old enough yet. So.
The one that has all the heavy equipment. I think it's a little funner.
Which one?
The one that have all the big iron.
CAM? I never heard that one. Ever hit any utilities underground while digging?
Yeah, usually some small gas lines. A lot of times they're not marked properly, or they'll put them right underneath the concrete and just pull them up. Sometimes they're embedded in the concrete too.
Why don't you like Chevy? I don't not like Chevy. I actually like all the trucks. people ask me when you can work better, I think you can work for the most, just because I don't really see whatever you see. Whatever's most popular usually is a good product. Like an iPhone, they're very popular for a reason. They're simple, right?
That's what you like.
I mean, for the most part, but what
God-
you like. Chevy's cool. I mean, I don't
God
have a
bless
problem
America.
with it.
You
You can like whatever you want, and and I can have an opinion on it, which is cool. Was it easy to get a concealed carry license? Mine was honestly too easy. Yeah, I think it should have been a little harder.
Yeah, a little
Some
bit
people
training.
should not own guns
Nope.
at all. It's a little scary. So, do you guys have any Dodge heavy duty trucks? No, we do not. He said, Francisco said he effing loves his Red Wing boots, 875s. I don't know what those are, but they sound pretty legit. Pro concrete every day of my life and still watch videos of concrete. Shout out to Nextel. January 22nd is when the expo is, apparently. January 22nd? Are you going to go?
Worst injury in the company?
What's the next big piece of equipment you may buy?
Probably look possibly a new excavator in about a year or two.
What was the first thing you got when you started your company? First
Power buggy.
Power buggy was the first thing you bought?
Yeah.
YouTube.
Worst injury? Guy twisted his ankle. Nothing really.
No, Anthony. That's not was our company.
Yeah,
My
one
cousin.
of my guys twisted his ankle.
My cousin ran over his own foot off a machine. His foot crushed in his boot, and his blood was pouring out, and he had to get surgery like right away. Pretty bad. But he's like me. He's all hyper. He was all running out, hyper. Jumps out the machine. It was still rolling. Thing went just ran over his whole foot. Man. What YouTubers do you watch? I don't know. No, I don't even know, to be honest with you.
I don't watch any
I don't
YouTuber.
know. Yeah. Daily Driven Exotics is pretty cool. Stuff like that, but not many people. Your opinion on squatted trucks, retarded. I mean, they're not bad. Just not my taste. You can do whatever you want. It's like having a lower truck. I think a lower truck's cool, but it's all what you want. Some people think lifted truck are dumb, which they are. So, what are underground utilities would be a good business to get into?
Right now, stormwater retention.
Yeah,
that's big, real big.
Yeah.
Basically, you kind of create, and it's probably all over the country. I probably maybe more in the eastern and midwestern states, holding water like in parking lots now. Any new builds, you can't dump your excess water into the municipal storm system, so you have to maintain it. So it's going to be a big business. Go
back real quick. What do you do for winter work?
Once in a while we'll get something. We got a little project to do coming up, but we never really went after it, to be quite honest. It's not something that
you work hard enough for 8 months, you don't want to do anything.
It's what you develop, and since I didn't like working for general contractors or builders, because I was always scared to screw you out of money. And any money I ever lost was usually with another builder or contractor. So I always like to get my own jobs and being, kind of know my own, who my customer was, instead of working for someone. Some guys like working for other guys. I don't, but that's a personal thing. And so when you do that, you kind of limit yourself a little bit, but in the end, you kind of develop your own business. So you could work for, let's say you guys, company works for me, they're working under me. You never really develop yourself because you're always waiting for someone else to feed you work. So I never wanted to be that.
What do you think about the new Chevy truck, the new body style?
I haven't really seen it. I like it. I like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, same here.
I saw a Raptor today. I think I might like, but it seems too tall to get into.
No, Raptors are bad. You could give it. Raptor seems almost
6-cylinder.
This is 5 seconds 0 to 60 though.
Still 6-cylinder.
6-cylinder was faster than 8. Doesn't matter. You got 2 turbos. You got 510 pound-feet torque. 500 pound-feet torque. That's a lot.
It rides like that.
That's a lot.
Right. You need a kidney replacement.
No, they ride good. They have like $10,000 suspension on those suckers. How's the stock market going for you?
Good.
Good. Biggest job you've done? You've already answered that, but no, so you can do it. Check out the Brick House podcast on YouTube. New episode coming soon. So check it out, dude. How big is the workforce?
Currently, anywhere from I think we got up to 15 guys this year, which is comfortable.
Yeah.
20 up to 20, 22 guys is a comfortable workforce.
Do you do work for the big three auto manufacturers?
Hell no.
Why not?
They don't pay well and on time.
Cheap, and they want to not pay all the time. So,
Some guys have their niches with it. It works for them.
it's a 6.0 good truck to own, and a lot of people talk some crap about them. He'll tell you about my experience owning 6.0. I loved it, but he made fun of me because he said, "What truck do you need to use special oil and special filters?
Yeah, everything will be special.
It's a special truck." So
I had a 6.0. I had a 2003. I got rid of it
I don't know.
because I knew it was going to be a problem.
I
Back
like
then, they knew there were going to be problems, but they lied.
What skid steers do you have? Bobcat T870, like
And a John Deere.
John Deere 329D, and then a New Holland little shit bastard one. Hate it.
John Deere's a tough little cookie.
John Deere's a bad machine. I like that thing. I think sweet.
You put it through a lot.
Yeah, that's a good
Bobcat's a
machine.
good machine.
Bobcat, I'm not sold on Bobcat personally. What advice would you give someone going into business?
Well, let's see here. It's getting late, but 3 things. Make sure you have some operating cash. Make sure you got experience in what you're doing and knowledge.
We're gonna answer like 5 more questions, and we're gonna call it a night. So
I gotta get my shirt. Hang on, see?
we'll get some the 5 best questions real quick, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do here. I'll answer some right now though. How many tool employees you have? 15. Do you do foundations? Not really. We would do them, but
We do not walls, but we do foundation.
not all the time. We'll do them.
Yeah.
Not common.
One last one. We just don't do. We don't pour walls.
Which I want to do, which would be kind of cool.
Go for it.
I have to cut concrete out for it first. You think buying a stump grinder and doing a grinding business? I did a little bit of stump grinding.
Where are you at? Where location you at? Where you at?
Yeah, if there's a lot of trees by you that
Depends where you're at.
can be ground down and do
Might be a
it.
way to start.
There's good money in grinding though. I mean,
Start something on the side. Yeah.
never
Depends
done.
what you can get. I mean, some stump grinders. I mean, they're like 20 grand. I don't know. A little bit of get a little maintenance with them, but no. Hey man, if you're in the landscape business, it'd be a good part of the portfolio.
Do I play any video games, and if so, what console? I play Xbox sometimes, but if you play too
Remember
many,
your Xbox out the window?
yeah, if you play too much Xbox, he says through the time. I don't know how he quoted it, how he said it. He just pointed at the TV and said that thing's gonna make it broke.
Make you stupid too.
And I was like, wow, that's actually a lot of sense.
You guys ever heard of the foregone opportunity principle? It's a question. Question and answer. Ask it.
They heard you. They're gonna answer it. Would you pour Trump's wall?
Why are you guys so fixated with Trump? You know, I don't get it. You guys quit watching MSNBC.
They said they never heard of it.
Foregone opportunity principle? Okay, it's a principle, right? So it's like one of those. So if you have a chance to earn $1 today, and you say, I'm going to turn it down because I can make it tomorrow, you'll never have that opportunity to make that $1 again.
No.
That's called a foregone opportunity principle, and that's in general.
So like even this live, or they weren't watching us, what would happen?
Foregone.
So no big deal. I mean, it's just
Where you put your time.
so if you play an Xbox, you're playing 6 hours of Xbox a day.
So if you're going to play Xbox and you're not going to go to work or learn something, it's
you could even go on.
opportunity.
You could even go on YouTube in that 6 hours and go
And learn something.
learn how to do something. See what I'm saying? It's a little different. That's why I play it here and there, but I leave it downstairs so I don't play it at all. Really.
But guys, it's real simple. Work really hard for a portion of the day, and then you can go have fun. Something most of your parents probably didn't teach you guys.
What was your most profitable job, residential, commercial, or municipal?
Dollar per dollar, residential jobs are more profitable, but they're smaller in
Well,
volume.
not big dollars though.
They're not big dollars. So,
But
dollar per dollar, you make a lot of money on small jobs and you do on the big jobs. So profits are always, margins are better on the smaller scale.
just you got to deal with people.
Just
You got
a
to deal with
lot.
homeowners. You got to deal.
If you got
It's
a
just-
$100,000 job and you got to do how many jobs to get up to $100,000 of small jobs, but those small jobs individually are better priced, except just a lot more to manage. So for convenience, you go after the bigger work. You just want to tie it all together.
Oh, that's a good one. Where do you guys buy your material from? Smooth dowel caps, chairs, anchor bolts, all that crap. He was,
Here in
I sell,
Michigan?
yeah. Well, are you in Michigan, Max?
Yeah.
Said I sell material for a really good price. Let me know, dude.
Hook up with Frank, man.
Yeah, hit me up, man. We can do a lot of business with you. So,
We buy from the local guys.
Angel, relax. Can I ask you honest question? Sure. College versus blue collar job.
Just watch the show Blue Collar Millionaires. I like the one where the guy became a multimillionaire cleaning porta johns and owning porta john company.
Hey,
what you like, guy.
Where's the most money at? I think people don't want to do. For the most part.
For the most part, it's always been the most difficult things or the hardest things pay the best. And that's in general, right? It's hard to become a great surgeon, but it's going to pay good.
Yep.
So anything that's a little bit harder, that requires a little bit of something out of you, is going to pay you better.
I think I'm going to call it for today. It's getting a little late. 105 people, 130 people. Pretty wild. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.
Have a good night.
Hopefully he answered some of your questions. We can do this again if you guys like it. All I can say is thank you. Peace out.
Bye.